This is Gossip Farm, episode 15. Today, I messed up by chilling at my friend's place while she wasn't home. My friend Jenna moved into a nice new condo last month, and I finally got a chance to check it out for the first time today. I ended up arriving before she got home from work, so she told me to let myself in with a spare key under the potted plant and to make myself comfortable. I made myself a sandwich and was meandering around eating and checking out her swanky new place when the front door opened and a really large and unfamiliar man with a duffel bag came in. Dude was intimidating, and I'm a 4'11" woman, so I was immediately scared. He looked shocked to see me. I'm looking at his duffel bag and realizing that I surprised some piece of crap burglar. I panicked and threw my sandwich at his face and then locked myself in the bedroom. I'm shaking, and he pounds on the door yelling at me to get the F out. I start screaming at him to get the F out and that I'm calling the police. Total bluff because I didn't have my phone. He then yells back that he is calling the police on me. This gives me pause. At this point, I look around and realize the bedroom I'm in definitely appears to be of the male persuasion. I ask him through the door if he knows Jenna, last name. He tells me yes, she is his next-door neighbor. Well, apparently, Jenna's neighbor also keeps a spare key under a potted plant. So, today I messed up by letting myself into my friend's neighbor's place, smacking him in the face with his own sandwich, and then screaming at him to get the F out of his house. Oh man, I don't know who I feel more sorry for, but this is totally hilarious. As per usual, this is the moment when I'll take pause and ask you to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Next story. Today I messed up by paying $70 for a $29 haircut. I went and got a $29 haircut. $29 after tax. I went to pay with my card, stuck it in, then remembered I had cash, so I clicked decline on the card reader. I then went to pay with cash instead, all while conversing with the woman who just cut my hair. I hand her $40 and she looks shocked. I said, I don't need change. She said, oh my gosh, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. She asks me again, oh my gosh, are you serious? Seriously? I was like, yes. And she's like, thank you so much. This is literally going to buy me and my kids dinner. And I was like, geez, she must get bad tips. I start to walk away and she goes, oh, actually your card transaction timed out. You need to reinsert it. It didn't go through. At which point I realized she had no idea I meant to pay for all of it with cash and thought I was giving her a $40 cash tip for a $29 haircut. And that's the story of when I paid $70 for a $29 haircut. That's the sweetest and kindest mess up I've ever heard about. I feel bad for OP, but at least she knows she made this woman's day. Moving on. Today I messed up by assuming my boyfriend was cheating on me. His mobile used to ping and light up when someone texted him, and once I saw that someone had texted him with the name Babe. I didn't think of it as anything, and that I had not seen it correctly, but next coming weeks, I saw it happening many times. He would get really happy when the person texted, used to smile really big and all. I started thinking I was being cheated on. The last straw for me was when the person texted, love you too. I confronted him about it, and he stared at me for some time before he started laughing. I cried because, what the heck? So he calmed me down and explained to me that Babe is his grandmother. Her name is Babaruth, and everyone in the family called her Babe. She recently had gotten her first smartphone, and he had taught her to text. So when she texted, it was exciting for him to see her using emojis and stuff. Never felt so embarrassed in my life. A few months later, he took me to meet her, and I kid you not, for an 85-year-old Babe is a sport. Seeing her punch a guy square in the jaw for harassing was a sight. We are best friends now. It's so nice that OP's boyfriend has such a great relationship with his grandmother, and that OP now does too. I do feel sorry though, for all the emotions she had to experience before she learned the truth. Last one for the day. Today, I messed up by falling asleep in the back of my boyfriend's car. We're on a road trip from New Mexico to Mexico. We have a Honda Element converted for living in, so I crawl on the back to nap while he's driving. He stops at a gas station in the desert of Arizona, and while he's pumping, I get out to use the bathroom. Come back out, don't see him, and walk around the parking lot to have a look. I jokingly think to myself that maybe he drove off not knowing that I got out to use the restroom, but brushed that off. I sit on a bench outside, twiddling my thumbs, realizing this may now actually be the case. I reach for my phone to call him, but of course, my phone is in the car. I go back inside to ask the cashier to use their phone, but she says they don't have one. Obviously they do, but whatever. So I start asking random people in the store to use their phone, which makes people visibly uncomfortable because we're in the middle of nowhere, and they think I'll steal it, I guess. I go back outside and continue asking strangers for their phone. I realize I don't know my boyfriend's number by heart, so I just call my phone repeatedly, hoping he'll answer. He doesn't. I use one person's phone to log into my Facebook to find my boyfriend's number, but alas, his phone is dead when I call. I resort to explaining to everyone whose phone I asked to use my situation. Some don't believe me, others feel really bad, and one man offered to buy me a hotel room for the night in the next town over, thinking that my boyfriend left me on purpose, and I was just being modest. It's been about 2 hours now. The store clerks through the windows have been looking at me suspiciously for a while. I'm still sitting on this bench in the desert and have no idea what to do and start bawling my eyes out. A cop car pulls up and the officer comes to me and lets me know the store clerks called them because I've been loitering, haggling people for phones outside of their store, and crying. I explain my situation, and she's as confused and sympathetic as all the other people. She tells me I can't stay there, so she can either take me to a truck rest stop in the town over or go to the police station. I ask her to take me to the rest stop, although she's not convinced that my boyfriend legitimately left me there on accident. We're driving down the highway when on her radio, another cop says he's at the gas station, and there's a guy there looking for his girlfriend. I just crack up and she does too, flips the car around and takes me back. And there my boyfriend is standing outside of his car, banging on the windows and nearly crying because he couldn't believe he'd actually done that. He said he was passing some really cool scenery far into the drive and went to wake me up to see too when he realized I wasn't in the car, flipped it around and drove faster than he's ever driven in his life to get back to the gas station. And that he wondered why so many people kept calling me, but didn't feel comfortable answering my phone. He thought for sure that was the end of our relationship, and the trip was ruined. Edit. I understand I messed up by not relaying my need to pee. Also, that it all sounds really stupid objectively and in retrospect, but it makes sense how things happened at the time. It's just one of those situations when many little mistakes add up into a huge mess. It's a good thing that everything ended well. That's all, guys. Hope you found this episode entertaining. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks.